Hello again, everybody. Bruce Pulk here, principal timpanist of the Phoenix Symphony Orchestra, with another one of my adventures in great symphonic music chats created for the Phoenix Symphony in these summer months of 2020 while we're all locked into our houses. And it's summertime. Once again, as I said before, we're not wearing the long pants, we're wearing shorts. So that seemed the appropriate title for this series, where they wanted pieces not of great length. So I call it Summer Shorts. And here we go. Once again, we're going to visit our old friend Ludwig van Beethoven with, a bit of a later work, or latter part of his middle section anyway. And it's the Turkish March, or the March alla Turca, hence the title Beethoven's Turkey, as what we're talking about today. This melody, the Turkish March, was first used in a piano piece called Six Variations on an Original Theme of 1808. And only later, around 1811, where he got around to orchestrating it and adding more to it. But I want to spend just a quick moment on 1808, when he originally wrote the piano piece, because that was also the year of a disastrous concert that Beethoven self-produced in Vienna. It was in December, and it contained symphony numbers, what would become Symphony Number 5, Symphony Number 6, the Fourth Piano Concerto, the Choral Fantasia for chorus and orchestra, excerpts from a new Mass in C major that he had written, also several songs, improvisations by Beethoven. My God, the concert went from 8 o'clock until nearly midnight. Beethoven was self-producing. He didn't have the best musicians in town. Another group who had started their planning earlier got the best people. So Beethoven had the second tier of people. He was paying for it himself, so they had one rehearsal that started at 9 o'clock that morning, and they finally called it, I think, at 6 in the evening, because the musicians hadn't had a break, no lunch, and they weren't playing very well. So, as you can imagine, putting together a concert of new music of this complexity, things did not go well. Also, Beethoven was running out of money by this time, as he was self-producing, rent the hall, pay the musicians, all that stuff, and he just didn't have enough money to pay for the proper materials to heat the hall. It's December in Vienna. It's cold outside, so there was no heat in an under-rehearsed concert that was filled with disasters. My favorite part, where Beethoven is playing the piano solo part for Choral Fantasia, with two choir boys holding candles so he could see his music, and Beethoven would get very animated. He would stand up and pound on the piano, and then he would flail his hands this way, knocking both choir boys right on their backside. And, of course, the concert had to stop. The audience was roaring with laughter, and Beethoven apologized. All right, again, from the beginning, they started the piece again, and those two choir boys, they were watching Beethoven. They watch those hands. Look out, it might happen again there. So they're watching. Well, he did it again. He surprised them. One kid caught it. He ducked and got out of the way. Not the other kid. Pow! He nailed him again. Oh, my. And then when he starts to play the piano, he struck the piano so hard, it broke several strings in the piano. Hence, the reviews of that night were more about all the crazy things that happened and not so much about the music, which in all probability was not played well due to lack of rehearsal by not the best players. Okay, marching forward to 1811, this was a difficult time. He had, in fact, Napoleon Bonaparte's brother, Jerome, had offered to Beethoven a position in Westphalia as Kapellmeister of the court at Kassel. But fortunately, Archduke Rudolf in Vienna, Prince Kinsky, and Prince Lobkowitz heard about it, and they immediately agreed to pay Beethoven a large amount of money each year to stay in Vienna, so he did. But that was in the spring of 1811. But he became seriously ill at this time, suffering headaches and high fever. But he did write music for a play, The Ruins of Athens, which would be premiered in Budapest, or more correctly Pest at that time. The cities hadn't merged yet, in 1812. And this Ruins of Athens, it's just a wonderful little short piece by Beethoven, made famous in his original version for piano, but Beethoven orchestrated it. The story of the play, we don't go much into it, but the goddess Athena, awakening from 1,000 years' sleep, overhears a Greek couple lamenting the foreign occupation by the Ottoman Turks. And Athena is deeply distressed at the ruined state of her city, which is now a part of this Ottoman Empire. And then comes the Turkish March and another orchestral piece. Well, that's where it comes. It's in a very simple form, which is best name for it is popular song form. Verse, chorus, A, B, two alternating sections, and that's basically what happens. So let's listen to just the Turkish March from Beethoven's Ruins of Athens. I suspect you've heard this piece before. If you studied piano in your early days, you probably played a version of it. Well, in any event, Beethoven's Turkish March. Starting softly. Getting louder now. B section. Interrupted loud and soft. Here's the A with that. Back to the B section. Section. Now it could be a letter C. It's based on letter B. Now it changes. It's a coda. It's an ending. Ending as it began, very softly. There it is, the Beethoven's Ruins of Athens. So, with that in mind, let's go have some lunch. I think I'll have a Greek salad. How about you? Hope you enjoyed that. Look forward to seeing you again, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.